The last time I had this much fun in Mongkok cost me a hell of a lot more than 60 Hong Kong dollars. Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Audie Murphy, and this is my review of Call of Heroes. Benny Chan has directed Lau Ching Wan in some of my favorite Hong Kong movies like Big Bullet and Man Wanted. Benny Chan wrote and directed Call of Heroes, which also stars Lau Ching Wan, in addition to Louis Koo and Eddie Peng. It tells the story of a small town left seemingly defenseless in the path of an oncoming army of really bad people. What's worse, the town is holding someone prisoner, and that person holds a pretty important position in that oncoming army. That premise isn't exactly new, but that's beside the point. Or maybe it is the point. Call of Heroes is fairly obvious in its evocation of movies like Seven Samurai and a lot of westerns that Kurosawa film inspired. The plot and the premise feel so familiar and comfortable that you can just let it unfold and spend your time and attention watching the characters rather than trying to follow arcane details and plot twists. That aspect is just one reason why I enjoyed Call of Heroes so much. The other major reason is that, like so many other movies, Call of Heroes lays out a really interesting and exciting premise in the first half of the film. Then, unlike so many other movies, it actually carries out the promise made in the premise. There's no sudden revelation as to someone's real identity, no bothersome monologue about how all of this was actually just part of someone's secret infallible machinations, no brooding Korean pop stars arriving on camels. Wait, never mind. I realize that carrying through on a promise is a pretty simple thing to get excited about, but Call of Heroes makes itself a really great movie partially because it does what it says it was gonna do. The last time I remember a movie actually doing that was Bodyguards and Assassins, and that was a great movie for the same reason, and others. The other way Call of Heroes makes itself great is because when it does what it said it was gonna do, it does it really well. Louis Koo has what looks like a grand old time playing a man with some serious emotional issues. He's a complete friggin' psychopath, and he throws himself into the role with glee and abandon. I didn't necessarily believe him all the time, but I was definitely entertained all the time. Eddie Peng plays a young man with a mysterious past and a set of skills that are, naturally, of great utility and importance. The trailer doesn't really do him any favors. But in the context of the film, that makes a lot more sense. Lau Ching Wan proves yet again why he is one of Hong Kong's best actors. He plays a man of principle and morals, who also understands that sometimes people have to be shown rather than told. His character may at first seem like a weak person, but when it comes down to it, make no mistake, I'm no punk bitch! Lau Ching Wan the actor isn't a martial artist, but it doesn't really matter. The way that his and other people's fight scenes are shot, and more importantly edited, they're quick enough to cover up his shortcomings, but not so fast that you can't tell what's going on. Eddie Peng has trained as a martial artist, but nowhere near as much as Wu Jing has. But again, the way that their fight scene is filmed, the difference isn't a problem at all. Speaking of heavily trained martial artists, Sammo Hung did the action choreography, which is naturally one reason the movie is so watchable. The other reason is having people like Wu Jing and Sammy Hung who are capable of performing very high levels of choreography. Everything in this movie goes to 11. The heroes are really heroic and the villains are really villainous. Call of Heroes is even occasionally shocking, but it's transgressive in a good way. Those shocks serve a narrative purpose. They're not there just for the sake of being shocking. Call of Heroes reminded me why I love movies. They could make Call of Heroes into an annual franchise and I'd watch every single one of them. If you have a chance to see it in the cinema, do that, especially on a big screen, nice and loud, nothing better. If you don't see it in the cinema, wait until you can otherwise pay some money for the privilege of watching this movie. Pay money to watch movies, that's how it works! When this movie gets released to home video, I'll update the description with a link where you could buy a DVD or a Blu-ray. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a comment. If you didn't, please leave a comment. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe. That way I get more subscribers. I'm not really sure how that makes my life better, but thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.